Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. If this setup and my clothes seem a bit similar, that's because I just filmed another video which is I think going up before this one. Hopefully that's gonna be the order, but if it isn't, please ignore what I'm talking about. Anyway, today, as you probably already seen in the title, we're gonna do another 24-hour reading vlog. Yay! I cannot remember the last time I did one of these. Maybe in January? Potentially. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest, but it feels like it's been a while and I have been feeling like I've been in a bit of a reading slump in terms of like I have been reading. I have already read 4 books this month, which is great because we're only halfway through March, but I still have a lot of books on my TBR that I chose, and I do have a lot of books that I'm currently midway through, and I hope to just get those out of the way in this video. So this time around, I am using the timer method. So every time I read, the timer is on. Every time I stop reading, I stop the timer. So I read for 24 hours, but not in the space of 24 hours. But the thing this time around is that I'm gonna give myself like an end date. So I hope to get this video up in 2 weeks time on the Thursday. Today is Thursday. In 2 weeks time on the Thursday, I need this video going up. So I need to read these 24 hours before then. And I think that's okay. Like 14 days, 24 hours. It seems okay, especially if I can get a nice start to it. Get like 3 hours in, I don't know, 6 hours would be nice. But yeah, basically every time I did this before, it usually takes ages. Like I drag it out for weeks and weeks, and I don't want to do this time. I just want to get the video out. And also that's gonna be like the end of March as well, and another aim with this video is read my March TBR. So yeah, instead of rambling on forever, I'm gonna get my iPad and we're gonna set up the timer. Okay, so I'm using this app called Flipper Clock. Please ignore the ring light, it's reflecting. I'm using this app called Flipper Clock, and it's just basically a clock, and then I go on timer and countdown, and then I put it to 24 hours, and when I start reading, I start it. I'm not gonna start it now because I'm not reading yet. Let me show you all the books I'm currently the way through. And oh, also another thing, I am gonna include physical reads and Kindle reads, but not audiobooks in this video and like in the 24 hours. The only audiobook I'm listening right now is Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. So unfortunately that's not going to be included in this video, but I might mention it if I like carry on listening to it. The books that are going to be included in this video are some books I'm currently the way through. So we've got Goodnight Mr. Tom, Binding 13, Madly Deeply, the Alan Rickman Diaries, and we've got a book on my Kindle which I'm pretty sure is called The Reading List. Yeah, it's called The Reading List. I don't know if I can show you that book. And some other books that may be included in this video are this pile. So this is my March TBR. We've got Anatomy of a Soldier, The First to Die at the End, Thinking of You, The Fifth Wave, Alone in Berlin, Before I Fall, The Accidental Life of Jesse Jefferson, and The Unpredictable Consequences of Love. So, I feel like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. So technically we have 12 books to get through in 24 hours. Obviously, that is not gonna happen. I think the most I've read so far in 24 hours, you know, I can't put a number to it, but this time I'm actually gonna keep count of how many of these I read. Anyway, I have really been meaning to start a new book, just like something off my March TBR, but then I have these books that I am somewhat through and I kind of really want to finish those. So I don't know what to go with, but I don't know. You know what? I'm so indecisive that I'm gonna put all these titles into a wheel to like a wheel picker thing. So it's gonna like pick for me and we'll go from there. Right, okay, so I've just put them in this wheel, pickerwheel.com. I don't like the colour of the wheel, but I don't know how to change it, so we're just going with it. And we're just gonna spin it, and whatever it lands on, we're reading. Maybe this is a bad idea because some of these books I really don't want to read right now, and others I do, but because I'm so indecisive, we're just gonna go with this. Are we ready? Oh god, what is that? Oh, the Jesse Jefferson book. Where is that? Okay. The Accidental Life of Jesse Jefferson is our first book for this 24-hour reading vlog. So, as far as I know, this is like a YA kind of Taylor Swift kind of romance novel. Is that right? Anyway, I don't actually know much else about it. My mum got it for me, and I have said it feels like from the blurb that it's for a bit of a younger age range, but I am curious to read it, and hopefully, because it is for a younger age range, it's gonna be a quick read. So let's get into it. Hello, it's the next day, my hair's a mess, please ignore. We are down to 22 hours, 44 minutes and 59 seconds. I have started this book last night, and I got up to page 65, chapter 7, and I got this majorly wrong. It is YA, but it's not a romance. So basically on the back it talks about Jesse and Johnny, but Johnny is not the love interest. That's Jesse's dad. So I majorly got that wrong. So far what we had is that Jesse's mum passed away, so she lives with her stepdad, and basically she doesn't know who the dad is, but the stepdad knows, and then the stepdad tells her that it's Johnny Jefferson, this famous person, this famous singer or legendary rock star. And we're at the point where she's trying to get in touch with him, and I don't know where it goes from here, basically. So that's fun, but basically I was so confused as it was going on, and like there's this kid called Tom in it, and Jesse was like obsessing over Tom. And I was like, why is it Tom? Like, where's Johnny? Where's Johnny from like the back of the book? And then it got to the point where she got told like her father is Johnny Jefferson, and I was like, wait, so Johnny's not the love interest? So yeah, as I said, it's not a romance. It's more like general fiction, general fiction. I don't know what you'd call this. I think it's just general fiction. It's kind of just like her connecting with her father, I guess. I don't know where the story with the love interest is going. I shall update you on that as I find out. But it doesn't, like, they had some cute little moments so far, but he also kind of seems like a playboy. So I don't know where that's going. But yeah, I'm gonna carry on reading this and I shall let you know how it goes. Here we go! It's the next day and I finally finished this book and it was actually really cool. In terms of the girl in it, she's 15, so her like thought processes and like emotional outbursts were a bit childish to me, but I get it. Like, she's a teenager in the book, she's going through some stuff and I get it, but doesn't mean I liked it. But I get it. The story itself was really interesting and you kind of get to see like England high school, a kind of poorer side to the story, and then you go into like a rock star's life in LA and just like famous people's lives, and that was really interesting. I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars because, as I've said, I don't think it's for my age, but I am curious to see. There's a book 2 and a book 3. I am curious to read those. And also, I have found out yesterday from Goodreads that the girl in this, Jessie, her dad, Johnny, has some books that actually came out before these ones. And I am curious of like the dad and like the stepmom's love story, so I hope to read those too one day. But yeah, finally finished this. We are down to 20 hours and 4 minutes? 4 minutes and 2 seconds. So I've read this one book in 4 hours. That's pretty good. Okay, we need to do the will pick a thing again for my next read. I think I'm gonna do it for all my reads because I don't know, I'm just not in a mood to choose. So yeah, I'll get back to you in a bit when I do the will pick a thing. Righto, second read for this 24-hour readathon. Oh, is it gonna be UC of Love? Okay, so UC of Love, that is the unpredictable consequences of love. Okay, so what I am gathering from the blurb of this is that it's potentially a small town romance love story. Oh, okay, but at the same time it has like famous people and glamorous ex-wives. I really don't know what this is about, but I think it's a romance novel. Again, I said that for the last one and it just wasn't, but maybe this will be. Oh, actually, with this one, there is kind of like a romance subplot going on. It's like given more to representing her teenage kind of self and like the teenage life, you know, with like going out with guys and like making friends and stuff. So I don't think it's like, it's important to the story in terms of like showing her teenage self and just her living life, but in terms of the thing that her finding out her dad and stuff, it's not important in that sense. It is just really like a subplot. So I wouldn't call this a romance. I would still say it's like more general fiction, but I do recommend. Hello again. It's the next day again. I haven't really been updating you guys much. I'm sorry for that. Ignore the dryer in the background. I just came to wash some clothes. and I'm this much of the way through and I've got 17 hours and 43 minutes to go, I think. 49? Wait, let me check. 17 hours and 47 minutes. There we go. And yeah, I've been reading this book. I'm on chapter 21, but the chapters are so quick. I'm on page 129. So I feel like the chapters are so quick, but so much has like not happened already, but it's following so many different people and perspectives and like relationships that I'm just all over the place. So there's Sophie. I guess she's like one of the main characters. She's a photographer, but she has like a weird past, and is not into like dating new guys, basically. And then there's Josh, who just came back from America, and he's like into Sophie. So they're like got a thing going on. And then there's Josh's grandma, who's this hotel owner called Dot, and Dot has this thing going on with her ex-husband, and also his ex-husband's mistress's ex-husband. Yeah, there's a thing going on there, so that's like an older kind of relationship going on. And then there's Sophie's friend Tula, I think that's how you say her name, and Josh's friend Richie? No, not Richie. Honestly, I forgot his name. I'm surprised I remember all the others. Yeah, I really don't know. It starts with an R. Yeah, I don't know. But there's that going on as well, and yeah, there's just so much going on. But I like it so far. Like, I want to keep reading because it's interesting. If the wheel picker thing didn't choose it for me, I don't think I would have picked it up like willingly myself. And also like when I started reading it, I don't know, it just takes a while to get into, but once you're into it, you're sucked in. And yeah, that's where we are. Yeah, so just under 18 hours left, and I'm on my second book. We are down to 13 hours and 15 minutes, and it's the middle of the night. Technically the next day. But basically it's just gone past 4 a.m. and I have finished this book. I could not stop. I literally couldn't put it down. So I just kept going, and here we are. I'm giving it 4 stars because I just couldn't put it down. I wanted to keep going and I wanted to know what happens next and just follow all their little love stories and see how it all works out, see who ends up with who. I just wanted to know. But at the same time, it didn't make me feel like really 5-star intense emotions. But in terms of like the story itself and just me being really intrigued, yeah, that was there. So 4 stars. And while I'm awake and still got a bit of energy left, I thought we'll spin the wheel and choose our book to read from when the actual morning starts. Okay, here we go. Third book of the video of the 24 hours. What is this gonna be? Ooh! Okay. Anatomy of a Soldier. So, as I've said, I have bought this for the pretty cover, but the story itself sounds interesting as well. It is general fiction, and I am really intrigued because I've just been reading a lot of romance stories, and general fiction sounds like, you know, something different. And also the fact that it says it's being narrated by 45 objects. I just feel like that's a very unique book to have, being narrated by objects, and 45 different objects. Yeah, I'm just very curious to see what this has to offer, and it's also seemingly a quick read potentially. I feel like the book itself is tiny. I don't actually know how many pages it is. 313 pages. I feel like after all my Sarah J Maas books, this should be a breeze. But yeah, hoping to get this started when it's daytime. It's another day later. I don't want to say next day again, but it is the next day. I've been reading this only a little bit, but I've been really confused and I can't really get into it, which is really sad to say because I was like so excited for it, and like the story itself sounds so interesting from the blurb, but so far I've not been really enjoying it. But that I am only like 30 pages into it, which is like not much at all. But at the same time, I'm already on chapter 5, so the chapters are really short, which I'm actually grateful for. In terms of hours, we are down to 12 hours and 30 minutes, so nearly halfway through, and we're probably gonna reach that halfway today because I'm going on trains and I'm gonna, you know, read on the train. So yeah, that's where we are. And yeah, that's it. I don't really have anything else to say. Hi. Still the same day. Finally, I managed to get 2 updates in one day. Just eating my little string cheese, don't mind me. So, we are down to 11 hours and 54 minutes. Past halfway, which I think we're doing well, maybe. But I am having some issues. I don't like Anatomy of a Soldier. I don't know, I just can't get into it. And I don't know, I'm gonna push myself a bit more and get more into reading it in a bit, but I'm not vibing with it so far. And then on the train, I put Anatomy of a Soldier down and I picked up my Kindle, which has the reading list on it, which is another book that I'm just not vibing with. And I think with the reading list, I'm actually gonna DNF it because this is the second time I tried to read it and I just can't get into it. And I'm sure it's a great book, many people love it, but I personally just can't get into it. So that's unfortunately a DNF. On another note, I am not on a book buying ban anymore. And sneak peek into an upcoming video. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that in here. We'll just move on. Oh, okay, I guess I do have to talk a bit about it though. I started this book on the train back, and I'm actually on page 52. So I think we're doing well. I am really liking this so far, and I have high hopes for this one. It's a romance novel with a bull rider and a doctor. And yeah, we've already met these characters in the other books. So this is the 4th book in the Chestnut Spring series. And yeah, we've already like heard of these characters, but the fact that they're like coming together and just seeing more from their point of views is just really cool. the girl in this is called Winter, but she's basically being like Nesta and Akatar, and she gives the same vibes. And now the fact that we're like getting her book, this feels like A Court of Silver Flames. Obviously not the fantasy, but like the romance part, and like no, just the main character. But yeah, I'm getting really good vibes from this so far. It could potentially be a 5-star read. Obviously, I'm only just a bit way through, but yeah, that's what we are. Hello, hello. Another day has passed, and we are down to 10.5 hours. And let me just quickly show you the books. So I've got Reckless on the go, and I made a great dent in it yesterday. I'm on page 131, so that's pretty good. And then I've still got Anatomy of a Soldier on the go, and I'm just a bit way through it. I'm on page 76. Yeah, so I've just got these books and 10.5 hours left. Do you reckon I could finish both of these in 10.5 hours? Potentially. I am off though now to my mum's house. So, and I'm not taking like the physical books with, actually, Anatomy of a Soldier I do need to take, because I don't have a copy of that on my Kindle. But Reckless, I have a copy on my Kindle, so I'm not taking that. But yeah, basically, I'm off there. And then I think I'll be like back tomorrow or something, so it shouldn't be like a long time away. But I don't know how much I'll, be able to read over there. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, we have an update. It's officially a couple days later. 2 days later. I have no clue. But I'm a bit sick. I caught a cold off my sister. I've got a sore throat, and I desperately need to wash my hair. That's it. The books I am currently reading are still these. I am just a bit over halfway through Reckless. Is it called Reckless? Yeah. Just this much left, which I think is pretty good. And then Anatomy of a Soldier, halfway through, nearly halfway through, a bit over halfway through. Again, this much left. And I actually like it a bit better than before. At the start, I was really just not enjoying it. But now that I've been reading it more, like, as the objects come along, I'm not like that surprised anymore, and I'm kind of used to the way they tell it from like a different point of view. I'm actually getting into it, and I'm kind of like understanding the story. The fact though, right, it's not just like the objects thing, the objects point of view is interesting, but it's going back and forth in like the time and like in like characters, and it's just not chronological. So every time I'm just a bit confused, like, okay, where are we? Who is this about? Has this already happened? Where are we? But yeah, I am slowly putting the story together and enjoying it a bit more. So I do hope to finish this. It's not gonna be a DNF. I'm gonna finish it. Yeah. Oh, in terms of hours, I fudged up. I had a timer on my phone because, I was going on the train, going to my mum's house. I didn't take my iPad. So I had a timer on my phone. And then last night I got back and like I read before I fell asleep and started reading, started the timer, and I either forgot to stop the timer or somehow in the morning or in my sleep I like pressed the little X button to like get rid of it off my lock screen, because this morning my timer was gone. Like, it was like 9 o'clock, and I was just thinking like, something's missing on my lock screen. And it didn't even click straight away. We were talking about my mom and she said something, and I was like, oh my god, my timer. And obviously, I haven't read the full 24 hours yet. Basically, the last I remember, it was 8.5 hours. So I started a new timer with 8 hours 35 minutes. So we're gonna go from there and hope for the best. Yeah. I'm so bad at this. Yeah, that's where we are. I do still hope to finish both of these, and I think I can do it. I feel like it's going at a decent pace. Like, I've not got much left of any of these. So yeah, I hope to finish these two in these 8 hours and 35 minutes. It's the next day, and we are officially down to 5 hours and 35 minutes. I have finished Reckless, and I've not got it in my hand because I've already put it up on my shelf, and I can't be bothered standing up and getting it down again, so apologies for that. But I have finished it, and I have rated it 5 stars, which is, I think, is an interesting rating because it didn't make me feel any like really intense emotions. It didn't make me tear up, cry, or anything like that. But just the story itself, from the very start, I was just like, this is an amazing story. I love these characters. I want to keep reading, and it's just cozy and nice and trouble and oh yeah. So I was just like, from the very start, I was like, this is gonna be a 5-star read, and at the end, I was like, yeah, that's 5 stars. Like, I couldn't have asked for more. My only thing is that, bit of a spoiler alert, or I guess trigger warning, is that it had like a theme of miscarriage, but in the book itself, it didn't get explored as much as I thought it would because something else like happened. So I was thinking that that was gonna get explored, but it didn't, which was fine. Like, it was completely fine. That would have made it like a lot more emotional, I think. And yeah, that's it, I think. I have actually carried on binding 13 yesterday. I finished Reckless, and then straight away I went in to carry this on. And I'm up to page 150. And I really like it. I do like it. I remember when I started it, I really liked it as well. And now that I am like carrying it on, I know I like it, but it's just so big that I'm still a bit like, oh, it's gonna take ages. But when I do read it, it goes so fast and it flows so nicely. So I think I am gonna carry on reading this. And we're on to chapter 26 out of 47, I think it was. Sorry, I just tried to memorize it. But basically, I think we're doing well. This much left. It's improved a lot. Like, it improves as it goes. I feel like I am connecting with like the characters more. So the main character, Captain Tom, I was a bit like confused to begin with, like who he was, what he was doing, what's going on. And like there's the other side of where they are and like the people over there. But yeah, it's slowly coming together, and families are being brought in, love interests are being brought in. Not like in a very romantically focused way, just like mentions of them, and I feel like it makes them more like a whole of a person, you know, rather than just seeing them as a soldier. Like, at the very beginning, it was very military and soldier, and now we're seeing them more as like a person. So yeah, I am liking it. I think at the start, what threw me off was the lot of like military stuff and the changing point of views, but I've got used to it, I think, and yeah, I'm just slowly getting through it. I did want to finish this in this video, but because I am continuing Biden 13, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to the end of this. But yeah, we'll see. It's nearly 2 a.m. on the next day, and I've just reached the halfway mark in Biden 13, and I love it so much, and I already felt those intense emotions that a 5-star read is giving me. So I don't wanna say it's a 5-star read already, but those emotions, you know when like something happens and you can just like feel it, and it's like, how do you call it, gut wrenching feeling? Kind of like that, something like that. Anyway, yeah, I've just reached the halfway mark and I've got 2 hours and 55 minutes left of the 24 hours. So yeah, that is where we are. I can't remember what I wanted to say other than I'm loving this book and I'm getting through it so fast. Do you reckon I can finish this in 2 hours and 55 minutes? I'm not so sure, but I would love to try. I think I'm gonna try and finish Binding 13, and I'm gonna leave Anatomy of a Soldier. Good morning, still the same day, around 10:30, and I did the thing again where I turned the timer off in my sleep, and I don't know what I'm up to again. So last time I updated you guys, I was on 2 hours 55 minutes. I remember that, and I remember saying it. And then I did keep on reading for a while, but I don't know how much. So I'm just gonna say 2 hours 25 minutes. That's what we're going with. And also we're moving my timer to my iPad again for this final leg of this journey because I don't want to accidentally turn it off again. And also I have like nowhere to be in these 2 hours and 25 minutes, so we're just going with it. In terms of the book update, Anatomy of a Soldier, I haven't read any more of it. And then Binding 13, I'm on page 532 out of like 800. And I'm gonna be really honest, this is going so fast, like so fast. In terms of like Sarah J Maas big massive fantasy books compared to this, I would say YA romance, this is so much different and it's going so fast and I love it, and I love the intense emotions, as I've said last night. And yeah, so I think I'm just gonna try and finish this because I know I could probably do Anatomy of a Soldier, but 2 hours 25 minutes, we're gonna do Binding 13, and if I have a bit of time left then I'll move on to Anatomy of a Soldier. But yeah, I'll let you know. Excuse me, what is this? It was fine when I started this video, but now it's part of a premium version. It said I was gonna start it and ads. I was gonna start it and it said watch ad to unlock, like watch video to download, to unlock for the day or unlock permanently. Unlock for the day? Simple Draw. App recommendations. Don't know if it's any good, but we have to watch it now to get my timer. Oh, that's a bit sad though, that it's part of a premium version now. I hope it's gonna like keep giving me the option to watch the ad every once in a while that I do use this app, because I don't want to pay for a premium version. Oh, okay. It's fine now. It works after watching that ad, but that that scared me. That is concerning. Anyway, let's read. Oh gosh, okay. I need to update you guys. We've got 31 minutes left, and I literally have this much left of the book. A tiny bit, basically. I am not exactly sure how many pages, but basically a tiny bit compared to like the rest of the book. Look at that. But I just wanted to update you guys because this book is so good. So good. Like, there's the gut-wrenching, really emotional feeling, and then there's these really funny moments that literally make me giggle and laugh out loud. And yeah, I'm just in love. And also, I thought this was like the Small Town Romance series as I've been reading so far, where this book follows like one couple and the next book follows another couple, but that's not how it is. So the second book in the series follows the same couple in this book, Shannon and Johnny, and the next two books follow to a different couple, and then the book that's coming out, is it April? Yeah, I think there's a new book coming out in April, and that follows another couple. So basically, I'm gonna finish this, but it's gonna be like unfinished because there's a second book following the same couple, and there's so many things so far like that needs to be wrapped up, that needs to be revealed, that needs to be brought to the light. And I think it's not gonna happen in this book. I just feel like this many pages is not enough for all that, and I need to go and buy the second book or buy it on my Kindle. Yeah, that's probably a better idea. But also, if I buy it on my Kindle, I'm gonna keep reading it straight away, and oh yeah. Anyway, this is where we are, and 31 minutes left. So I'm definitely finishing this, and perhaps we'll have some few minutes at the end left for Anatomy of a Soldier. No, stop. Why did that end on a massive cliffhanger? Okay, I need to buy the second book on my Kindle because I can't. I cannot function without knowing what happens next. And I'm smiling, but not because it's a happy ending. It's the shit hit the fan, and we're in the middle of the shit hitting the fan, and I'm very concerned. Also, we got 20 minutes left. It's only 99p. Oh my god, I'm so happy right now. I thought it was gonna be like, I don't know, at least £3. Okay, here we go. Oh, the timer stopped, and I am 5% the way through keeping 13. Well, we have finally reached the end, and how many days has it actually been? A week and 4 days. So yeah, we have finally reached the end, and I thought I would go over what I've actually read and tell you all my ratings again, just to, you know, wrap this video up nicely. So let me just get all the books I've read. Okay, so if I remember correctly, I have been reading these 5 books in this video. Honestly, it feels like ages since I started, but I'm pretty sure I started off with this book, The Accidental Life of Jesse Jefferson, and I am pretty sure I rated it 3 stars. And then I moved on to The Unpredictable Consequences of Love, which I think was a 3-star read too. And then I moved on to Reckless, and this was a 5-star read. And then I've read Binding 13, which also is a 5-star read. It would be 6 stars if I could give it a higher rating, but yeah, 5 stars. And also, I have been reading Anatomy of a Soldier, and I've got about 120 pages left. That is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Give it a like if you did, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see more of, and see you next time.